Hi, today in this session we are going to look at the sentence formation in Greek language. How sentences are formed when we translate them from a particular Greek sentences to an English sentence. Now we are all familiar with the pattern that English follows in itself while forming a sentence. In an English sentence, we will have three important things that will be there as a part of a sentence. Firstly, the subject plus the verb and then the object. What is a subject? A subject is the one which does the action in the sentence. What is a verb? A verb is the word which denotes the action in the sentence. And what is an object? What is the role of an object in the sentence? The role of the object in the sentence is that it receives the action on it. Now, how this happens? Let us consider two examples here in this session. First, the example of Robin. Robin is sitting on a chair. Here Robin is the subject who is doing the action, followed by sitting, which denotes the action. The chair here in this context is the object which is receiving the action from the subject Robin. So we find Robin is sitting on the chair. In this sentence, we find Robin being the subject, sitting is the action word, and chair being the object. The second example for this session is the train metaphor. I love this metaphor. And if you forget everything in this lesson, remember this train metaphor. A train has three main parts in it, namely the engine, the bogies, and the brake van. Or you can say the mail van, which is attached at the end of the whole train, or a guard van, where the guard is there. For our context, we need to first identify the engine, which is the subject. That pulls the entire train, followed by the bogie, which is the action. And then the brake van or the mail van or the guard van, which is the object. The big question is, how do we identify the subject and the object in Greek? Now, since we are talking about the sentence formation in this lesson, I will also discuss about the nominative case and the accusative case in this session. As we have already learned the masculine noun table, we know the 5 different cases that we have in it. Nominative, vocative, accusative, genitive, and dative. What is a nominative case? A nominative case ending with os or oi ending will always show that a noun is the subject of a verb beginning the sentence. Now you may register this in your memory that if you find a particular nominative case in the sentence, the nominative case denotes or shows that that word is the subject of the sentence. For example, ho anthropos pisteu ei may be translated as the man is believing. Now, the same sentence, hoi anthropoi pisteusin, may be translated as the men are believing. Note, the verb will agree with the subject in its plural or singular form. This is one important thing that you have to learn, that the verb will agree with the nominative case noun, which is the subject, in its singular or plural form. That's one of the tips that I want to give to you, so that you can find it easy for yourself to identify the nominative case or the subject of the sentence when you are translating a Greek sentence from its Greek form into an English sentence. Now, we see anthropos in the first sentence and pisteu are both in singular number. In the second sentence, anthropoi and pisteusin are both in plural number. What is an accusative case? An accusative case ending with on or us will always show that a noun is the object of a verb receiving the action. I repeat that once again. An accusative case ending with on or us for the masculine type noun will always show that the noun is in the object form, or it's the object, and it is the object of the verb receiving the action. For example, follow these two sentences. Ho anthropos plebei ton doulon may be translated as the man is seeing the slave. The second sentence is ho anthropos plebei tous doulos may be translated as the man is seeing the slaves. So you see, note that the verb may not or may agree with the object in its singular or plural form. It may or may not agree. Not necessarily like the verb should agree with the nominative case in its singular or plural form. In accusative case, it may or may not agree with its singular or plural number. For example, plebei ton doulon. You can see that sentence. It says, though it matches in its singular form, but the ending shows that it is in accusative case, which is the object. Secondly, plebei tous doulos. The verb and the accusative case does not match in this context in its plural form. So, in conclusion, what do we learn? A nominative case, or what is nominative case? Nominative case nouns are the subject of the sentence. Always remember this. Nominative case nouns are the subject of the sentence. When we translate it in English, the nominative case nouns will begin the sentence. Another clue. Subject begins the sentence. The engine begins the whole train. In that way, when you find a nominative case noun with a nominative ending, for our context, in the context of male or masculine gender, masculine type noun, it will be either ending with a os or an oi in plural form. So if you find a nominative case noun in the sentence, you begin the sentence with that word. So nominative case nouns are the subject of the sentence, and it will begin the sentence when it is translated in English. It will appear in front of the verb. Another clue. It will always appear in front of the verb. Why? Because it is doing the action on the object. What is an accusative case? An accusative case noun are the object of the sentence. So, nominative case nouns are the subject. Accusative case noun is the object. When we translate it in English, the accusative case nouns will end the sentence. So you remember the chair example? It will end the sentence. You remember the brake van metaphor? The brake van is right at the end of the train. So it is the engine, the subject. In between there are bogie, which is the action, and this action is imposed on the object, which is the brake van or the mail van or the guard van. So, accusative case nouns are the object of the sentence. When we translate them in English, the accusative case nouns will end the sentence. It will appear after the verb. So, nominative case appears before the verb. Accusative case appears after the verb.